Did something unexpected just happen behind the scenes that even fans weren't supposed to notice? And why does it suddenly feel like everything between Jungkook and Taehyung has shifted in a way no one can fully explain yet? What decision could possibly shake the atmosphere this intensely, leaving fans questioning, speculating, and searching for hidden meanings in every glance, every silence, every move? And more importantly, why does it seem like HYBE is no longer just watching from the sidelines? Before diving deeper, ask yourself this. Are we witnessing just another misunderstood moment? Or is this the beginning of something far more serious unfolding behind closed doors? If you're part of the global fandom that has followed every chapter of their journey, this is the moment you don't want to miss. Stay until the end, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe because what you're about to read might completely change how you see everything that's happening right now. The tension didn't start with a loud announcement or a dramatic confrontation. Instead, it crept in quietly, almost invisibly, like a shift in energy that only the most attentive fans could sense. At first, it was subtle, small changes in interactions, a slight hesitation where there used to be ease, a pause that felt longer than usual. But then came the moment that no one expected, the decision that would send waves through the fandom and ignite a storm of speculation. What exactly was this shocking decision? That's where the mystery deepens. There was no clear explanation, no direct statement that spelled everything out. And yet, the impact was undeniable. Fans began connecting dots, revisiting old clips, analyzing expressions, and questioning whether this had been building up for longer than anyone realized. Was it something personal, professional, or something far more complicated that exists in the gray area between the two? As whispers turned into louder conversations, one thing became clear. Whatever had happened, it didn't just affect them individually. It changed the dynamic. And when the dynamic changes between two figures as globally recognized as Jungkook and Taehyung, the ripple effect is impossible to contain. Observers began noticing contrasts. Where there was once effortless chemistry, there now seemed to be a layer of distance, or was it simply maturity? Where there had been spontaneous moments, there now appeared to be a sense of caution. But was that caution real, or was it being projected by fans reading too deeply into fleeting seconds? This is where the emotional weight of the situation began to intensify. Because for many, this wasn't just about two artists. It was about a connection that fans had believed in, supported, and emotionally invested in for years. And when something challenges that belief even slightly, it creates a sense of unease that is hard to ignore. Then came the reactions. Social media exploded with theories. Some insisted nothing was wrong, arguing that people were overanalyzing normal behavior. Others felt convinced that something had changed, pointing to specific moments as proof. The divide grew wider, and the conversation became more intense. But amid all the noise, a new question emerged, one that shifted the focus entirely. Why did it suddenly feel like HYBE might be stepping in? There were no official statements confirming any intervention, no press releases, no direct acknowledgements. And yet, the atmosphere suggested something was happening behind the scenes. Subtle changes in schedules, carefully controlled appearances, and an overall sense of management tightening its grip began to raise eyebrows. Was this simply standard protocol, or was it a response to something more serious? For a company like HYBE, maintaining stability and protecting its artists is always a priority. But when fans start to feel that something is being managed rather than naturally unfolding, it adds another layer of intrigue and tension. And that tension only grew stronger. Imagine being in a situation where every move you make is observed, interpreted, and sometimes misinterpreted by millions of people around the world. Now imagine that same situation becoming more complicated due to internal or external pressures. It's not hard to see how even the smallest decision could carry enormous weight. This is where the emotional side of the story becomes impossible to ignore. Because beyond the speculation, beyond the theories, There are real individuals navigating real circumstances. And while fans may never know the full truth, the intensity of the reaction itself says something powerful about the connection people feel. Still, the questions refuse to fade. What really happened behind that shocking decision? Why did it create such a noticeable shift? And is HYBE truly taking action? Or are fans witnessing a narrative that's being shaped by perception rather than reality? There's also another angle to consider, one that many might overlook. What if this tension isn't negative at all? What if what people are interpreting as distance is actually growth? What if what feels like discomfort is simply change? And what if this entire situation is less about conflict and more about evolution? It's a possibility that challenges the more dramatic interpretations, but it's one that deserves attention. Because in an industry where everything is amplified, even the smallest transitions can appear larger than they truly are. And yet the feeling remains that something is different, that something has shifted, that something, whatever it is, has not yet fully revealed itself. As the situation continues to unfold, fans are left in a state of anticipation, caught between curiosity and concern. Every new appearance, every interaction, every detail is examined with renewed intensity. And perhaps that's what makes this moment so compelling. Not just the possibility of drama or conflict, but the uncertainty itself. Because uncertainty creates questions, and questions keep people watching. So now the spotlight remains firmly on Jungkook and Taehyung. While HYBE stands quietly in the background, its role unclear but undeniably present in the minds of many. Is this the beginning of a deeper story that has yet to surface? Or is it simply a moment that will eventually pass, leaving behind nothing but speculation and lessons about how easily perceptions can shift? Only time will reveal the truth. Until then, the tension lingers, the theories continue, and the world watches closely, waiting for the next clue, the next moment, the next piece of a puzzle that feels just out of reach. And maybe the biggest question of all still hasn't been answered. Are we seeing what's really happening? Or just what we think is happening? Is it possible that what the world is seeing right now is only the surface of something much deeper? Something carefully hidden beneath layers of silence, timing, and control? And if that's true, then why does every new moment involving Jungkook and Taehyung seem to carry a weight that feels heavier than before? As if even the smallest interaction could reveal something no one is prepared to fully understand. The atmosphere hasn't eased. If anything, it has become even more complex. What initially felt like a passing shift now lingers with a kind of quiet intensity that refuses to fade. Fans who once brushed it off as coincidence have started to reconsider. Moments that seemed insignificant at first are now being revisited, slowed down, analyzed frame by frame, as if hidden meanings might suddenly reveal themselves under closer scrutiny. And then something else happened. Not a dramatic confrontation, not a public statement, but something arguably more powerful: silence where there used to be noise, restraint where there used to be spontaneity. It's this absence, this subtle change in rhythm, that has made the situation feel even more unsettling. Because silence in moments like this can speak louder than anything else. Some began asking whether this shift could be intentional. Could it be that both Jungkook and Taehyung are choosing to move differently now, more carefully, more deliberately? And if so, what prompted that decision? Was it external pressure, internal reflection, or a combination of both? The possibility of external influence brings the focus back once again to HYBE. In an industry built on precision and image, it wouldn't be unusual for a company to step in when narratives begin to spiral beyond control. But here's the part that keeps fans on edge. There has been no confirmation, no denial, nothing that clearly defines what role HYBE might be playing in all of this. And that ambiguity creates space for even more speculation. Some believe HYBE is simply maintaining balance, ensuring that both artists can continue their activities without unnecessary distraction. Others are convinced that something behind the scenes has required a more active approach, something that cannot be openly addressed. But what if the truth lies somewhere in between? What if this isn't about control but about protection? Because when global attention intensifies, even the smallest misunderstanding can escalate into something far bigger. And in a situation where emotions, expectations, and perceptions are all intertwined, managing that balance becomes incredibly delicate. Still, there's another layer to consider, one that shifts the focus back to Jungkook and Taehyung themselves. What are they feeling in all of this? It's easy for observers to project narratives, to build stories based on fragments of information. But behind every theory are two individuals navigating their own thoughts, their own experiences, their own realities. And perhaps that's where the real tension lies. Not in what is visible, but in what remains unseen. There have been moments, brief, almost fleeting, where something genuine seems to break through the speculation. A glance that feels familiar, a reaction that feels unfiltered, a reminder that despite everything, there is still a connection that exists beyond public interpretation. But then just as quickly the guarded atmosphere returns, and the questions come rushing back. Is this distance real? Or is it simply a reflection of growth and change? Is the tension something that needs to be resolved? Or is it something that has been misunderstood from the very beginning? And perhaps the most unsettling question of all, are fans witnessing a story unfold in real time? Or are they unintentionally creating one? Because perception can be powerful, powerful enough to shape narratives, powerful enough to influence emotions, powerful enough to blur the line between reality and interpretation. As the days pass, the situation continues to evolve, but not in ways that provide clear answers. Instead, each new moment adds another layer of complexity, another piece to a puzzle that refuses to come together in a simple or predictable way. And through it all, the presence of HYBE remains an unspoken constant. Not directly visible, not openly acknowledged, but impossible to ignore. Is the company preparing to address the situation more clearly? Or is the current silence a deliberate choice? A strategy designed to allow things to settle naturally without amplifying the noise. No one outside that inner circle truly knows. And maybe that's what makes this story so compelling. Because it isn't just about what is happening, it's about what might be happening. It's about the space between certainty and doubt, where imagination fills in the gaps left by a lack of concrete information. For fans, that space can feel both exciting and overwhelming. Exciting because it invites curiosity, discussion, and connection. Overwhelming because it leaves so much unresolved. And yet, despite the uncertainty, one thing remains undeniable. People are watching. Closely. Emotionally. Relentlessly. Waiting for a moment that will finally make everything clear. But what if that moment never comes? What if the answers aren't meant to be revealed in the way people expect? What if the truth is quieter, simpler, and far less dramatic than the narratives that have been built around it? Or what if it's the opposite? What if this is only the beginning of something much bigger, something that has yet to fully unfold? As the tension continues to simmer, the world remains fixed on Jungkook and Taehyung, searching for clarity in a situation defined by ambiguity. And somewhere behind it all, HYBE stands as a silent figure in the background, its role still unclear, its intentions still unknown, its next move still a mystery. So now the question becomes even more pressing. What happens next? Will there be a moment that changes everything? Or will this story continue to exist in fragments, never fully explained, never completely understood? For now, there are no definitive answers. Only hints. Only feelings. Only the growing sense that something, whatever it is still unfolding. And until that unfolding reaches its conclusion, the tension will remain. the questions will persist, and the world will keep watching, waiting, and wondering if the next moment will finally reveal the truth everyone has been searching for. And just when it seemed like the intensity had reached its peak, a new layer of uncertainty began to take shape, one that made everything feel even more fragile, even more unpredictable. Because now, it wasn't just about what people were seeing, it was about what they weren't seeing and why. Could it be that certain moments are being intentionally kept out of the public eye? And if so, what does that imply about the situation surrounding Jungkook and Taehyung? Is this simply a case of privacy being protected? Or is there a deeper reason behind the growing sense that something is being carefully managed? The questions don't stop. In fact, they multiply. Because with every passing day, the contrast becomes harder to ignore. There are moments when everything appears normal, calm, composed, almost untouched by the storm of speculation. And then there are moments that feel different, slightly off. Not enough to confirm anything, but enough to keep the conversation alive. And that's where the emotional tension reaches another level. Fans begin to feel caught in between two realities. One where everything is fine, where nothing has truly changed, and where the connection remains as strong as ever. And another where something subtle but significant has shifted, creating a distance that can be felt, even if it can't be fully explained. Which one is real? Or is the truth somewhere in the middle, hidden in a space that isn't easily defined? There's also something else that's beginning to surface, a sense of awareness, not just from fans but possibly